If you wanted to change the world, where would you start? The United Nations think that they know the answer. In a landmark year, they introduced and ratified 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which will guide international development policy for the next 15 years. It's easy to be cynical, but real progress has been made. Since the earlier Millennium Development Goals were unveiled, more than 1 billion people have been lifted out of extreme poverty, child mortality has halved, and official development assistance increased by 66% to over $135 billion a year, with 5 countries achieving the ambitious target of 0.7% of gross national income. That's progress. That's the power of goals. In that leading group, the United Kingdom. In 2014 alone, we contributed £11.4 billion. And here in the UK, at Quanta Systems, we're already doing our part to deliver on 9 of the UN's goals, in the UK and internationally. It all starts with making a profit. And we've chosen a sector where that can be tough, even in the UK. Farming. Profit here is hard won. We chose this sector as our spearhead effort because the sector is a major producer of greenhouse gas. The primary greenhouse gas emitted as a waste is methane. Quite literally, it's rocket fuel. The underlying technology has not yet achieved market traction because of fundamental errors in our competitors' commercial execution. And the sector has inherent wealth and a long-term development culture, but has declined to poor margins. All told, the sector has demonstrated a compelling and urgent hunger for profit and our unique integrated solution. By capturing this carbon, coupling it with the latest efficient technology, and converting it, farmers have a new cash crop. Energy. Most they sell. The rest they can use to make new products with profits that before would have been marginal at best. Because when you have a low-cost energy that you control yourself, you're back in the driving seat of your own future. Meanwhile, the sector's colossal greenhouse gas emissions are reduced in a way that we can offer to airlines, energy companies, and other polluters in the marketplace. In fact, each farmer using our new profit-first approach not only increases their income by up to £200,000 each and every year, but they offset and capture the same amount of carbon as a 747 spews when flying from London to New York every 2 weeks. It's 10 times more effective at CO2 reduction than producing the same energy from solar, wind, hydro, or even nuclear. The best bit is that they can keep farming, producing the food we need and preserving the countryside for future generations. This doesn't destroy the farm. It augments it, and the towns and villages for miles around benefit from that farm's prosperity, as they have done for generations, and will do again for generations to come. There's no magic here. It's happening today. It is what former US Energy Secretary Stephen Chu meant when he said, "Energy efficiency is not just low-hanging fruit. It is fruit that is lying on the ground." We can pick this up today because of a quiet revolution in British technology. For 6,000 years of written history, humans have existed for generations, sometimes centuries, without ever really improving their lot. Then, suddenly, things changed. A new way of doing things was invented, and it worked, and nothing was ever the same again. The wheel, the horse, the sail. Then, for centuries, nothing. Then came steam, the internal combustion engine, first petrol, and next, in the 20s, diesel. Flight, then jet engines and advanced rocketry. From the horse to the car took 4,000 years. The car to flight took 40. From the jet to the moon took 29. Each of these steps needed more than just its prime mover to work, though. It also needed fuel. First food, then wind, then coal and oil, and now gas is fueling the next energy revolution. The engines we use are built in the UK by Mayfill, a Perkins Gas Centre of Excellence, and distributed by one of our group companies. We use their engines in combined heat and power units, systems that are over 250% more energy efficient than most generation today. And the advent of advanced processing algorithms mean that they can adjust to different gas quality on the fly. That's why we can take biogas from farm slurries and waste, where we have deployed low-cost gas generators into the market. But it also includes wasted gas from the oil industry that, until now, was flared off and can now be used in these engines at source and without any refining. Even man-made gas from refuse that, until now, was incinerated can be used. The natural gas from the mains, of course, is no longer a challenge, and our engine's rugged build means that they keep going at extremes of temperature and altitude, conditions that make most other gas engines choke. But technology in itself won't drive a business. At Quanta Systems, we have our own way of doing things, blended from our backgrounds in commerce, farming, soldiering, and developing and fielding complex integrated systems. Our team has won and delivered over $500 million of business in countries like Afghanistan and Iraq, with partners like Hertz and the Alpha Taim Group in Dubai. We've lived in places like Iraq, Afghanistan, and Libya, and we see how we can help in those countries. But first, we need to help the UK. We use a rapid prototyping, fail-fast approach with small teams of exceptional individuals. We are now deploying biogas generation systems into the UK market using our rapid approach. The entire UK market is there. And on a national scale, it is quite large. Yet, on a global scale, it's small and perfect for where we're going next. That's why our next phase, after just 30 UK sites, which will reduce carbon by 2.3 megatons over their primary lifespan, is to hand over the UK market to our regional developers and use the market we have built in Britain as a prototype in its own right as we launch into markets overseas. Last year, we visited Zaatari camp in Jordan. We went because the UNHCR has a serious problem and cost keeping the 105,000 Syrian refugees there supplied with energy. The people there create waste, like we all do, and our systems will deal with it while providing employment and opportunities to train as mechanics, biochemists, project managers, and builders. Because these camps will be around for many years before they close, and we want trained and skilled friends leaving them when they do. The military camps we served in and fought from have the same problems of sanitation, waste disposal, and energy, which can be solved with our waste-to-energy systems. And developing countries don't have to evolve through the dirty fuels that we did. Countries like the Maldives will no longer have to bury the rubbish in the island they keep the tourists away from. They can leapfrog us straight to clean and efficient energy. Getting into the market is no problem. We already enjoy worldwide distribution thanks to our relationship with engine manufacturers like Perkins, and are already talking with partners in Sri Lanka, Nigeria, and South Africa. We're doing it today. So am I saying to you, first Britain, and next the world? While to some it might seem like just a dream, perhaps even a cliche, to us it is simply what we are doing and where we are going. So, do you want to change the world? Where will you start? And when? How about now? And how about with us?